What's up guys, behind me, the beautiful machine grey CX-5 individual 2 litre. We're going to be taking a walkthrough of the whole vehicle, exactly what you need to know about this car, service plans and warranties, and what exactly this car is going to cost you. We're going to take a look at the derivatives from the entry-level model all the way up to the highest spec. Joining us today is Samuel. Samuel, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
He's going to take us through the car and we're going to look at everything in detail, so stay tuned. Okay, so Sam, looking at the front of the vehicle, obviously we have seen a facelift from the previous generation up until the updated new generation. You've got your front PDC here, which we'll get into a little bit later. Some nice chrome finishes, very, very nice looking grille. Looks quite aggressive, but very, very attractive. Give it your rain sensing markers here in the front. Overall, the car is just a very, very good looking car, and it looks wonderful in this machine grey. So what I'd like to do is, I'd obviously like to go through the car with you, but before we get there, I want to ask you, what has changed from the previous generation? Have we seen a significant change in terms of bodywork, in terms of the facelift? That's something that I want to talk to you about.
Okay, so Chase, Mazda has upgraded the vehicle quite a bit. When it comes to the looks of the vehicle, it's a beautiful looking vehicle, whichever angle you look at it. All right. They've also increased the seating position as well as the cabin noise on the vehicle, or the road noise. They've added a lot of features into the vehicle just to make it a little bit more convenient for the driver, as well as to accommodate for the passengers as well. All right. So overall, they've outdone.
Okay, so let's take a look at that. So we know that yes, the CX-5 is all about comfort. I mean, it is an SUV, it's essentially a family car. Yes. Let's take a look at the convenience for the passengers. Let's take a look at the comfortability of the vehicle itself. But in that we need to get inside, so let's do that.
We're in the 2 litre individual. Now, this car, I sit in here, again, very, very spacious, as SUVs should be. This is a family vehicle. And one thing you've got to notice, especially in a household these days, is everything's automated. And you know, so why shouldn't your vehicle be? And we're starting to see these changes. We're starting to see things become a lot more automated in vehicles these days as well. Comfort in your home and comfort in your car is just as important, because you spend a lot of time in your car these days. It depends on what you're doing, but you find yourself in your car a lot more these days. And I mean, I would love to be in this car. It's very, very, very comfortable. You know, often I find that with some leather seats, the sit in it can be very, very discomforting, especially if you're driving long distances. But my back feels amazing in this car. You got your electronically adjustable seats here, which is awesome. And then having a look at this car inside, it's got soft touch everywhere. This is just, it feels comfortable, it looks classy and very, very spacious. I mean, I'm very, very comfortable here. But Sam, what I want to go through is, I want to start on the driver's side and put our focus here for the moment. So we're in the individual. What would I not see in an active as the baseline model of the CX-5s here right in front of me? Okay,
so Mazda has a few derivatives of the CX-5. Being one of the SUV leaders in the market, we have to compete where we can, and we try and cater for all types of customers.
Yes.
If we look at your active compared to this vehicle, your active will have more, it's the same dashboard. You've just don't have your heads-up display, your satellite navigation, as well as your lane assist, blind spot monitoring, bow sound system, and your electronic boot lid. That's just a few to mention. You do have cloth interior for people who prefer that as well. And then you've got your manual seating. So they do remove a few features from your active, obviously to be a little bit competitive or affordable. And when you move up in rank, you'll see that they add on a lot more features. For example, your active compared to your dynamic will have 19-inch alloys. It'll have your electric leather seating, keyless entry, and auto foldable mirrors.
Okay, so there we're talking about the dynamic as opposed to the active, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Yes, you're going to have a lot of differences between the baseline model and the top of the range. That is, you know, that's pretty standard. That's pretty normal. It all depends on what the driver wants out of the vehicle. When you're looking at an SUV, you need the space, which I don't think changes much along the range. So when you got your active, I don't think that there's much difference in boot space. I could be wrong. Is there much of a difference in boot space?
No.
Okay, and then the overall cabin space, I don't see there being much of a difference there as well. The Active does not come with a Bose sound system, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and this is a 12 speaker sound system in here, is that
Absolutely. It's a immaculate or rather a powerful sound system. I mean, when you see Bose worldwide, you'll know that Bose is a premium make in music and sound. And when you hear the sound in this vehicle, it's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, well, I don't doubt that. I mean, I've personally been in a vehicle, been in a Mazda with the Bose sound system, especially the Mazda individual Auto Plus. They've got that's got a 12 speaker Bose sound system, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely awesome. Okay, so what I'd like to go through then again is the infotainment system. Got your 7-inch display right here, which is awesome. It's pretty standard across the board. I mean, you see this in most of the Mazda range. Obviously, the new generation Mazda 3s are a little bit different.
Correct.
They are a lot bigger, but again, you see the quality here. Very, very convenient to use. I like the fact that it's not far from my armrest. I can rest my arm while I'm driving, and I will. Well, not that that's a good thing, but when you're stopping, making it very, very easy for you. It's in reach. That's awesome. If we have a look at nav here, okay, so this particular model is not equipped with a navigation system. However, you can get it integrated or with an SD card, correct?
That's correct, Chase. So on your individuals, your 2.5 individuals and your Akiras, they come standard with satellite navigation. Because it's a small chip and easy accessible, we only activate it on delivery.
Okay, and Sam, how much is that exactly going to cost me?
So if you purchase the Active or Dynamic, that's going to cost you an extra 8,500 Rand to purchase the satellite navigation. However, your vehicle comes standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which allows you and gives you the capability to stream your
Google Maps
and Waze, all of those things onto your screen without the use of your phone or distraction of your phone.
Okay, so that's becoming pretty normal. I mean, these days we're using our cell phones. Gone are the days where GPSs were a common thing in vehicles. Yes,
Correct.
Some people still use their Garmin's, but predominantly we're using our phones to get around. And I mean, Google Maps is just the way to go at the moment. To have that capability on Android Auto and then Apple CarPlay is obviously very, very convenient, which can save you a further 8,000 Rand.
Absolutely.
Right? So we're looking at 8,000 Rand there with the compatibility of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. That does definitely save you a lot of money. Again, with just the overall entertainment system on this car, like I was saying, it's very convenient, looks stylish, looks very good, looks premium, feels premium, and it's easy to get around here as well. Very, very nice. There you've got your radio as well, you've got your station list. Okay, it's very nice. There's stations there, and then again you can set your favorite station list. I mean,
Correct.
There's about 6 favorites if I'm not mistaken.
It's unlimited.
Unlimited, right? How many favorites can you have? Okay, so that's for that. So let's turn the car on and have a look at the rear. There's the rear view camera. Okay, that's awesome. And again, it's it's quite clear, for a small little camera like that. It's got good clarity. And if we reverse the car back here, we will have listen to the PDC. And we're moving back. Let's turn the PDC on. Oh, it's not on. There we go. Fantastic. Perfect. And there, obviously, you'll have a look at your front park distance control as well. Having both front and rear is really, really nice to have. That's very, very awesome. It makes things nice and convenient for you. Also equipped with a rear view camera. I mean, the car does everything itself.
That's it.
Essentially. These are features you want to see more in a vehicle,
Yeah.
And then you push start stop. Obviously very nice, becoming very standard as well. Put your digital gauge here in the corner. I want to have a look at that.
So that's your onboard display.
Yes.
That will basically indicate your mileage, your outside temperature, your fuel gauge, and it'll give you more information with regards to your lane assist. It will give you more information with regards to your heat gauge, if you do run into a problem, your range, your liters per 100k, and your fuel usage, or how to keep it economical.
Yes.
And then you've got trip meters as well on here. Okay, this car will also remind you when to service your vehicle,
Yes.
when to change your tires, as well as you played around with the interface, you see that our interfaces are absolutely user friendly. You're not going to be mind boggled about it.
Yes, I mean it does have a look. It does have a very simple layout. Talking about the lane departure assist. Now, we've had a discussion about this before. Again, Mazda, they put so much emphasis on safety. You've got your front you've got your front park distance control, you've got your rear park distance control with a rear view camera, and then you've got your lane departure assist. So that is really awesome to have. And we were talking about it, and what the car actually does, ladies and gentlemen, is if you are moving off the road a little bit and your hands are off the steering wheel, your car is actually going to guide you back between the lines. Is that correct?
That's
back
correct.
Between the road lines. Is that correct?
That's it.
Okay.
So your car, if you for some reason you do leave the steering wheel, which you shouldn't, your vehicle will steer itself within the lane via the sensor camera on your windshield. This is just to alleviate any accidents. Accident happens immediately. Okay, so it's just to keep you there if you do fall asleep behind the wheel or are dozing off. That's what it'll do. It'll also beep at you and buzz your steering wheel just to give you a little bit of a wake up.
Obviously preventing a very severe
Correct.
situation. The car's there to just it's got your back essentially.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? So that's very awesome. So my overall thoughts on this car, I sit in it. It's very comfortable. It's got some really awesome safety features, very convenient. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatible, making things very easy and very fun for you on the road. The space in this car is incredible. You got your automatic tailgate, as we said. This car is just built on convenience and comfort. It looks good, it feels good, and I bet the drive's even better.
Absolutely.
All right, so Samuel, thank you so much for this car. But before I go, I want to speak to you about the service plans and warranties. Now, those are standard in the Mazda range, but I want to also have a look at price difference from the baseline model all the way up until the individual and the Akira.
So your services and warranties differentiate between models, obviously because of different engine sizes.
Yes.
They all come with a 3-year unlimited mileage service and warranty. Mazda does throw in a 3-year roadside assistance for each of the vehicles as well, in case of a breakdown or essentially locking your keys in the car, flat tire, stuff like that.
And I mean, that's very nice to have, guys. There's a 3-year unlimited roadside assistance.
Correct.
So if you have locked your keys in your car, most of us do it. Some of us are very guilty, and it can happen to anybody. That is really awesome to have as well. You know, Mazda's backing you essentially
correct.
there as well. The service plan and warranties are awesome as well. And then let's take a look at the price difference. So if I'm in a CX-5 Active, okay, what is the price difference there? What are we paying for an Active?
So your CX-5 Active, most people today with the traffic all go for automatic. If you look at
Yes.
an automatic, you're looking at 418.
418.
That's correct.
Okay, that's 418. Okay.
That's it. So compared to in your SUV range, that's an absolutely affordable price to pay for a SUV of this caliber. Starting off from your dynamic upwards, it goes from 445 and it increases in range.
Okay, so we're looking at the top of the range. For instance, the 2.5 liter Akira diesel. What are we paying for that?
So your 2.2 liter Akira will cost you almost 600, so it's 597, and that basically has everything in it.
Okay,
it's also got
fully equipped. It's got
that's
all
it.
the bells and whistles.
That's correct.
All right, guys. So basically, what we're saying here is, if you're looking at the CX-5 and you're looking at the entry level, okay, it's going to start at around 420,000 rand, and we're going to go all the way up to approximately 600,000 rand. So obviously, there's a lot of difference when it
Yes.
comes to the models and the derivatives, but there is a car for everybody in the market. There is an SUV for a particular customer and
Correct.
exactly what they want out of the vehicle. Having a look at this individual, it's been fantastic. I mean, just how much more do you want out of this car? You know what
Correct.
I mean? I'd love to see a sunroof in here, but that we will see in the Akira. That comes standard,
Correct.
correct? But overall, love the vehicle. I appreciate your time. This has been awesome.
Thanks for having me.
And I really really did enjoy my time in here. I mean, I don't want to get out. Thank you very much, Sam. And guys, until next time, I hope this has been informative. I hope you've gotten out of it what you want. If you would like to know more, please comment below. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Until next time, ciao.